Am I in the wrong for not wanting to go on a trip I planned because my cousin wants her sister to come since it's her dream country? Posted by you/mysterious_Froyo42. Every year, my cousin Millie, 31F, and I, 29F, take a big trip abroad. This year, we were heading to Italy for 3 weeks, and I had planned everything. Suddenly, our other cousin, Carrie, 29F, wanted to tag along, claiming it's her dream trip. Here's the issue. Carrie and I don't talk. We used to be close, but in 2022, she didn't invite me or my entire family to her wedding, including my dad, her direct uncle. To this day, we have no idea why. Carrie refused to explain, and my aunt kept giving different excuses. You didn't call her on her birthday. You live out of state. We didn't want to burden you. You didn't invite us to your weddings. We did. Carrie literally copied my sister's wedding invite. Carrie wanted a small wedding. I guess 120 guests is small in some societies. Fed up with Carrie and especially my aunt, my dad went no contact with them and the rest of us followed, except for Millie. Millie is a gem of a human being. She's tried to keep the family together, calling out Carrie and my aunt on their excuses while respecting that we want minimal contact for now. Even she hasn't gotten a straight answer about the wedding invites. Meanwhile, Millie and I have grown closer, and our shared love of travel has become a tradition. Our Italy trip was already booked when Millie started mentioning places Carrie recommended. Odd, considering Carrie has never been to Italy. Eventually, Millie asked if I'd be open to Carrie joining us. My gut reaction was no, but I decided to think it over. A few hours later, Carrie texted me. We had never blocked each other, but just never reached out. She apologized for the wedding drama and said she wanted to move past it. I was caught off guard and a bit suspicious, but figured maybe this was a chance to mend things. We chatted for a few days, and she shared how her in-laws mistreated her and supposedly controlled the wedding guest list. At first, I sympathized. I even started feeling guilty about not wanting her to come. Then we talked about Italy. She had a list of luxurious recommendations, specific restaurants, private tours, high-end hotels, and that's when she slipped up. She casually mentioned quitting her job on a whim and how her husband was tightening their finances since she wasn't working. Then came the kicker. She asked if she could pay me back for the trip later. Here's the thing, I don't lend money to people anymore because I've learned the hard way that I rarely get it back. So I laughed and said no. She was shocked. Come on, I know you have the money. That's not the point, I told her. If you can't afford the trip up front, you don't get to go. You pay for Millie, she shot back. I laughed again. I don't, and you're not Millie. Then she said something that got me super heated. It could be the wedding gift you never gave me. At that point, I hung up before saying something horrible. Yes, I make good money compared to my cousins, but Millie pays her own way. While I cover about 20% of extras like pricier experiences or tours so we can enjoy them together, Millie always finds ways to contribute by covering meals or snacks, even though I tell her she doesn't have to. Carrie doesn't have that same work ethic or sense of responsibility. She has a habit of quitting jobs without notice and taking long breaks before finding another one. I told Millie that if Carrie goes on this trip, I won't be joining them. Carrie can pay me back for any hotel costs already booked while I find another trip to take with my airline credit. Millie asked me to wait before canceling anything, but last night my dad called after hearing from my aunt that I'm refusing to help Carrie with just one trip because of a silly wedding. My dad supported me after hearing the full story, but warned me that other relatives might try pressuring me. At this point, I officially canceled my portion of the trip and told Millie she'd need to find someone else to go with, or go solo. Millie was upset but said she understood and would try finding another travel buddy. Now I feel bad for putting her in this position, but am I really in the wrong here? Top comments. Commenter 1. If your relatives think Carrie should go so badly, they can pay for her themselves. You're not obligated to fund anyone else's vacation, especially someone who disrespected your family in such a big way before. Commenter 2. Millie needs to understand boundaries when it comes to planning trips with you in the future. This isn't just about being nice. It's about respecting your decisions. Commenter 3. Honestly, take a solo trip instead. It sounds like you'd have more fun without all this drama weighing you down. Update number 1, April 4th, 2025, next day. Thanks so much for all your advice. It really helped me gain clarity during such a stressful situation. Yesterday brought some unexpected developments. Carrie's husband Carter called me directly for the first time ever. He admitted he found her request suspicious, but wanted to hear my side of things before making any judgments. Turns out Carrie had spun an entirely different story about why she wasn't invited on our trip, and Carter wasn't buying it either. He also revealed some shocking details about their finances. Carrie has been overspending despite being unemployed after quitting her job last year, and Carter is fed up with footing all their bills alone while she refuses to look for work seriously. Carter actually thanked me for declining Carrie's request because he believes it might finally push her toward taking responsibility instead of relying on others' generosity. As for Millie, she apologized sincerely after realizing how much stress this caused me, and we've agreed not only will future trips remain between us exclusively, but also that she'll cover more costs herself moving forward. Final update, April 6th, 2025, 2 days later. I've officially canceled everything related to Italy, but don't worry, I'm now planning an exciting solo trip instead. Millie completely understands why things played out this way, and we're already discussing plans for next year once all family drama has settled down. Thank you again for helping me navigate such an overwhelming situation. I truly appreciate everyone who took time offering thoughtful advice here.